K-Star Trend family, sending you all the warmest hugs and brightest love wherever you're watching from. If you're new here, welcome to the home of heart-fluttering moments, shocking confessions, and the kind of K-Star chemistry that keeps us awake at night, replaying clips over and over again. And if you're part of our loyal community, you already know when something big happens, we dive deep. Today's story? It's the kind that gave fans goosebumps, chills, and maybe even a few happy tears. During a recent fan event that quickly went viral across social media, Heesun found herself facing a question that no one saw coming. It started playfully. The atmosphere was light. Cameras were rolling. Fans were giggling. And then, boom. The host leaned in and asked the question that would shake the entire fandom. If you had to choose between receiving $1 billion or getting married to Subeen, the love of your life, what would you choose? The room exploded in laughter at first. $1 billion. Think about that. A life of luxury, freedom, power, security, the kind of money that changes generations. For most people, it wouldn't even be a debate. But what happened next is what turned a fun hypothetical into a legendary K-Star moment. Heesun didn't hesitate, not even for a second. She smiled softly, looked down for just a brief moment as if collecting her heart, then lifted her gaze with a calm certainty that stunned everyone watching. "I will choose Subeen," she said, and before the crowd could fully process it, she added, over and over again. The room went silent. You could literally hear the air shift. And then, screams, applause, fans covering their mouths. Some were visibly emotional. The clip spread online within minutes, and hashtags began trending before the event even ended. Because this wasn't just an answer. It was a declaration. Now let's pause and really take this in. $1 billion versus love. It's the kind of dramatic dilemma you'd expect in a K-drama. And in many storylines, characters wrestle with ambition, sacrifice, and material success. But in real life, to choose love so openly, so confidently, without calculating or joking it off, that's rare. What made the moment even more powerful was Heesun's tone. She didn't say it dramatically, she didn't shout it for effect. It was steady, genuine, almost peaceful. As if, to her, the answer was obvious. Fans immediately began analyzing every detail, the way her voice softened when she said Subeen's name, the tiny smile that appeared at the corner of her lips, the way her eyes seemed to sparkle, not with performance energy, but with something deeper. And let's talk about Subeen for a second. Because if you've been following their journey, you know this isn't just some surface-level pairing. From subtle glances to shared laughter, from matching outfits that had everyone screaming during public appearances, to inside jokes only they seemed to understand, their chemistry has always felt natural, organic, unforced. There have been countless moments where fans speculated about how deep their bond really goes. The Valentine's special where Subeen boldly called himself her pet, sending the room into chaos. The behind-the-scenes clips where Heesun would instinctively lean toward him during interviews. The protective way Subeen sometimes positions himself near her in crowded spaces. All these small details built the foundation for what felt like an undeniable connection. So when Heesun chose him over $1 billion, it didn't feel random. It felt like confirmation. Of course, the internet reacted instantly. Comments flooded in from around the world. She didn't even think about it. That's real love. Money comes and goes, but she chose her heart. Some fans joked, Subeen is worth more than $1 billion. Others admitted they were speechless. And let's be honest, most of us imagined ourselves in that position. Would we really turn down that amount of money? It's easy to romanticize love, but when faced with unimaginable wealth, reality can shift perspectives. Yet Heesun's answer reminded everyone that, for some people, love isn't negotiable. What's fascinating is how this moment transcended typical fan service. In the K-entertainment world, stars are often careful with their words. Vague answers, playful deflections, strategic neutrality. But this was direct. I will choose Subeen over and over again. There's something powerful about repetition in that sentence. Over and over again. It suggests not just a one-time choice, but a continuous commitment, as if even if she were asked 1,000 times, her answer would never change. Fans began creating edits immediately, slow-motion clips of her saying the words paired with soft music, compilations of their sweetest moments leading up to that confession. even dramatic comparisons. $1 billion versus true love. The fandom creativity went into overdrive. But beyond the romantic excitement, there's a deeper layer to why this moment resonated so strongly. In a world that constantly emphasizes wealth, status, and achievement, hearing someone publicly prioritize love feels refreshing. It challenges the narrative that success is only measured by money. Heesun's choice subtly reminded everyone that emotional fulfillment can outweigh material gain. That happiness isn't always found in luxury, but in connection. And let's talk about Subeen's reactions. Because yes, he was there. When the question was asked, he laughed nervously at first, probably thinking she would tease or dodge it. But when she answered firmly, his expression changed. You could see it. That brief widening of the eyes, the almost shy smile. The way he looked down, clearly touched. It wasn't exaggerated. It wasn't theatrical. It looked real. Fans replayed that clip frame by frame. Some even pointed out how his ears turned slightly red, a classic sign of flustered emotion in K-star culture that fans absolutely adore. The chemistry between them in that split second said more than words ever could. And suddenly, what started as a fun hypothetical turned into a cultural moment within the fandom. Debates erupted online, not about whether she should have chosen the money, but about how rare it is to witness something that feels so sincere in the spotlight. Many fans commented that it felt like watching a confession scene straight out of a romance drama, except it wasn't scripted. There's also something deeply symbolic about the number itself. $1 billion represents ultimate security, the ability to erase worries, to build empires, to ensure comfort for generations. Yet Heesun's calm rejection of it implies she sees greater value elsewhere. In Subeen, in love, in shared life. And that's what left fans truly speechless. Because it's easy to say, I love someone. It's different to choose them over unimaginable wealth, even hypothetically. The phrase over and over again has now become almost a slogan among their supporters. It's printed on fan art, used in captions, whispered in edits. It symbolizes consistency, loyalty, devotion. Of course, skeptics will say it was just a sweet answer to entertain fans, and maybe there's always a layer of awareness when celebrities speak publicly, but the emotional impact cannot be denied. Whether scripted or spontaneous, the authenticity felt real to those watching. And let's not forget how this moment strengthens their narrative arc as a pair. Every iconic duo has that one defining clip, the one that cements them in fandom history. For some, it's a surprise hug. For others, a candid confession. For Heesun and Subeen, this might just be it. It's also interesting how the question itself reflects societal values. Why do we instinctively compare love and money? Why do we frame happiness as a choice between romance and wealth? Maybe because both represent forms of security, one emotional, one financial. Heesun's answer suggests she finds security in Subeen, that she sees her future not in numbers on a bank account, but in shared moments, laughter, partnership, and that's powerful. The ripple effect of her words extended beyond their fandom. Even casual viewers who stumbled upon the clip found themselves moved. Some shared personal stories about choosing love over career opportunities. Others reflected on what truly matters in life. It's amazing how one simple answer can spark such widespread introspection. And for Subeen, being chosen publicly like that carries weight. It's affirming. It's vulnerable. It places him at the center of a narrative that now millions have witnessed. The way he handled it, with humility and that soft smile, only deepened fans' admiration. There's also a subtle courage in Heesun's confidence. She didn't laugh it off. She didn't say, "Oh, that's hard." She knew her heart, and she trusted it enough to say it out loud. In the days following the event, interviews and articles referenced the moment repeatedly. Headlines focused on the billion-dollar dilemma. Commentators dissected her wording. Reaction videos gained massive views. And here we are, still talking about it. Because sometimes the most unforgettable moments aren't the loudest. They're the quiet, certain ones. Imagine being asked that question in front of thousands of people. Cameras capturing every micro-expression. Knowing your answer will circulate globally within minutes. And still choosing honesty. That's what makes the story so captivating. It reminds fans why they fell in love with Heesun and Subeen's dynamic in the first place. Not just because they look good together, not just because their interactions are entertaining, but because there's an underlying sincerity that feels rare. Love stories in entertainment often feel curated, controlled, packaged. But moments like this crack that polished surface just enough to reveal something more human. And as members of the K-Star Trend family, we live for these moments. The billion-dollar question may have been hypothetical, but the emotional reaction was real. The cheers, the tears, the online explosion, it all speaks to how deeply invested fans are in their journey. What do you think? If you were in Heesun's position, what would you choose? Money or love? And do you believe her answer reveals something even bigger about their future? Before we wrap up, don't forget to show your love to this channel. If moments like this make your heart race, if you enjoy diving deep into the emotions behind every viral clip, make sure you like this video, subscribe to K-Star Trend, and turn on your notifications so you never miss the next unforgettable confession, surprise, or headline-making moment. Because if there's one thing we've learned from Heesun's answer, it's that some choices define more than just a moment. They define a legacy. And judging by the way she said it, softly, firmly, beautifully, I will choose Subeen over and over again. This is a moment fans will replay for years to come.